I'm Evelyn, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building another house. This one is sort of like a cottage feel. I feel like I've built something like this in the past, but not exactly like it. Cottages, yeah, cottages, cottages. I love them. I kind of think like I have a couple of different aesthetics that I prefer to kind of that I sway towards when I choose what to build. So I often stick to like, if I just want to like sit down and enjoy what I do without experimenting too much and just have a fun time building something, I'll either do something Scandinavian or a little bit more modern. I'll do something like this, something cottagey that has like maybe even cottagecore vibes, although this one definitely has a gardener feel to it, at least in my opinion it does. Of course, you're welcome to form your own opinion on that. And I forgot what my last one is, but let me know if you have any theories. I forgot what my last one is. I do like an industrial touch, but I don't stick to it that often. Maybe it's boho. Boho is a really good one too. Yeah, but there's a couple of aesthetics that I kind of stick to sometimes when I just want to chill with whatever I'm doing. So the other day, I think I am in a wishful autumnal mood because it's like, okay, this is also going to be another episode of my office is 30 degrees and I feel disgusting sitting in here because it's nasty. But it's very demotivating, if you will, actually, when your office is like 30 degrees and you just want to sit down and like build something, but like you've sat here for, because as soon as I turn on my computer, my office just turns even warmer and I can't focus at all in this heat. So that's the thing. Anyway, been mentioning that for a couple of videos, but it's like the heat won't go away. I don't know what's going on, okay? But I was in a why is it not autumn yet kind of mood, and I sat down and I just built a cottage. Because autumn kind of, I don't know, fall really reminds me of just cottages in the forest. Eventually we'll do one with like orange and red trees in the background as well. Actually, maybe I'll do one this week. That'll be kind of fun. I love orange and red trees. Yeah, that would be so cozy with all the brown vibes as well. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see that. Although some of the plants in the game do look very, very dead over fall. Like, they turned very not very they look pessimistic. I don't know how else to phrase it other than they look pessimistic and dead and sad, and that kind of makes me sad. So because I like plants when they're green. I love plants, not when they look like they've been dried out for a while. I actually have a couple of those in my apartment at the moment because I'm just trying to get rid of them, but I feel bad throwing them out. It's a whole situation. So I have one that's like literally, I don't even know. It's very crispy, standing on the floor, and it's completely brown, and I've still not thrown it out because I feel bad. So that's the situation. I think I also lost one, so I had a, if you've ever watched, oh my gosh, what's the title for it in English? Project Runway? Miss Congeniality. Is that what it's called? Agent Catwalk? Wow, did I just give it like 3 different titles with Sandra Bullock? Come on. My mom made me watch that movie so many times when I was younger. Okay, anyway. But if you've ever watched that, she gets to be, oh, I'm spoiling it now. Just so you know. And well, she doesn't actually win the title. Okay, anyway. But well, I just spoiled it anyway. Moving on. So, in that movie, they're like different states are competing to become Miss United States, and for some reason that the William Shatner says something like she's beauty, she's grace, she's Miss United States, and that sentence has stuck with me ever since I was a kid. So I named one of my plants was named Miss United States because I kept going, like when people were asking what plant is that, I was like, she's beauty, she's grace, she's Miss United States, but she's dying, so I'm sorry about that, my friends out there. I don't know, I'm giving you a plant update. We're building a gardener's house. It's on theme though, so excuse me, but I don't know where it's coming from. Why am I giving you a plant update and a voiceover? I'm in a weird mood. It's the heat, you guys. It's so warm. My brain doesn't work. So anyway, it's all gone to mush in there. I don't know what's going on, but it's like a milkshake that's just completely melted. So it's more like not a milkshake. I don't know what those are called, but just like a melted milkshake, if that's a thing. Okay, or an ice cream that's gone all soggy. That's what it's going. That's what's happening in my skull right now because it's like 30 degrees in my office. So anyway, this cottage is for one to two parents. There is also room for a tiny human on the ground floor, and then I made this sort of awkward-ish sort of cottage, or not cottage, attic space for a teen. Sometimes the attics do turn out a little bit odd, but I wanted to make sure that the whole attic was actually inside of the roofing so that there'd be no issue with like snow and stuff, because sometimes when you do the roof trick, I've shown a tutorial on that actually in another video. I showed how to do like attic rooms but also skylights and stuff, but if you use that method, sometimes it does get a little snowy in the attic. I'm just saying, that's a thing. So I wanted to make sure that didn't happen with this one, but that does mean that there's a very narrow space upstairs. I do like that teen bedroom though. It's quite cramped together. It's very small, very narrow, but I had a lot of fun figuring out how to fit in everything actually. So we'll see about that in a little bit, but it did turn a little bit awkward up there because it's a very narrow space. And also, sorry if I nudged the table just there. I can't sit still when I do voiceovers. But also, the roof on the second floor is also a little bit annoying, so just be aware of that once we start decorating up there. The camera does bump up and down just a little bit. It's not something that I can control. It's just when you do attic rooms like that, the camera kind of likes to follow, what's it called? Roof pieces. So whenever you hit a roof piece with the camera, it kind of flies into the air. It's very, very annoying when you're building and you're just trying to focus on a point with just trying to focus on something, and then the camera just goes like all over the place. So just be aware of that once we get to it. But so far we are working on the ground floor, which is just going to be like this cozy little space. You walk into the living room for a change, and then on the right side, there's a bathroom, but then if you continue down the hallway, you enter the kitchen / dining area, dining space, dining room situation. So I just wanted everything to be quite planty and cozy and patterned, so we're gonna go for that super classic sort of old cottage look. I decided to revisit some of the wallpapers from cottage living because they're so gorgeous. Like, they're so beautiful. I think I used the other one actually for the toddler's bedroom. It has like, either it's the one with the mushroom. Oh yeah, it is this one. So it's the one with the mushrooms and the bunny heads, I think it is. Decided also to add a few. Oh right, they also have a cat, but I forgot to place down a litter box. Is that what it's called? The ones where they do their business in? I forgot to place one of those down. I need to do that before I upload this to the gallery. Okay, remind myself, before you upload this, place down a litter box, or whatever those are called. I'll find a spot for it, it's fine. But yeah, I forgot that for a second. I think it was because I was just so like, in the moment, I was like, okay, this family definitely has a cat walking around. And then when I got to the kitchen, I forgot to place down a food bowl. And by not placing a food bowl, I just kind of forgot it already, like all about the cat, so whoopsie. We're gonna fix that before it's uploaded, don't you worry about that. So also touching on something that I spoke about in the last voiceover that I did, the last build, which I already forgot, I think it was Harjo's townhouse, but I have the memory of a goldfish sometimes when I record videos because I don't remember what order things go up in. So, excuse me, but I think it was that video I mentioned wanting to, or finally going to be recording, or I'm finally going to be recording the tutorials that you have asked for since forever. So I'm going to try to do one on floor planning, but also landscaping, even though those are like super situational. I'm going to try in some way. I'm going to try to approach it by going through like some other builds that I've done before and explain why I chose to do what I did. But if there's anything else you'd like to see, also aside from terrain manipulation, which I might look into at some point, even though I don't think I'm the best at it, I will try to give you some pointers. But if there's anything else that you'd like to know, or that you'd want me to explain somehow in my very unprofessional way of explaining things, let me know. Because oddly, I'm in a very tutorial-y kind of mood, so I will do my best. I will get my teacher's hat on. It must, like, surely, my dad was a teacher for, like, many years, 35 years or something? I don't know. Surely I must have had, like, some kind, like, he must have passed something on to, I know that he took an education for it, but let's just pretend, okay? Like, you're supposed to know what your parents know. Do not ask me about my mom. She's a doctor. I do not know how to doctor. Okay, but teaching. Anyway, teaching, I can maybe try to become a little bit better at, so I'll do my best to explain some of these things that I do, even though I also have the mindset that if I know something, I'm just assuming that everyone else knows the same thing, because why would I know something that you don't know? Like, that's just how I've always thought about things. I don't really know why. But yeah, just ask and I'll have a look at it eventually. I'm trying to, like, what's it called? Compile a list of all the things that have been mentioned so far. So if you have anything you want added to the list, let me know. And if you are annoyed with me continuously asking for stuff like that throughout the voiceovers, I'm only doing it because a lot of people seem to miss, like, community posts. I did post over on the community tab, I think a while ago actually, maybe it was like a week or a week and a half ago or something like that. And yeah, a lot of people just seem to miss it, the community tab, because you kind of have to, like, actually go to, I think you have to search for it almost on your homepage. And I don't show up often on the homepage anymore. So you kind of have to, like, look for it, specifically look for it by either going to the channel or, like, searching through the homepage or on your phone or whatever to see the post. So I kind of have to ask in voiceovers as well. Hope you'll bear with me, okay. But we've done the two. It's kind of weird that I'm actually doing the kitchen so late. And I remember thinking about that when I was decorating the house as well, because usually I'll start out doing the kitchen when I start building something or decorating something. It just feels like the natural starting point, and then this is basically the second last, aside from the bathrooms, it's the second last room that I'm decorating, and it felt so strange all of a sudden to be moving on to the kitchen as the second last room. I remember thinking about that, just like, did you forget what happened? Hello? So I decided to make it green because I felt like that would fit with the theme that we're going for today, and I also just did not want to make it brown. I thought that they'd want something else than a brown kitchen. It just felt like a lot of brown all of a sudden. So the green counters are cute though. I don't think I could do with a colored kitchen myself. I think I'm definitely more of like a white counter, gray counter, or even black counter kind of gal. But I don't know, they're cute still, right? I like these. This is so much fun as well because, like, when I talked about aesthetics earlier, obviously my own apartment is definitely majorly Scandinavian. That's what I live in. But I like exploring these, or like decorating in these other aesthetics such as cottagecore that is so foreign to what I'm used to living in. It's just so much fun to, like, explore other styles that you wouldn't necessarily even want to live in yourself. So I don't know, it's just fun. I love doing these, like, cozy homes like these ones, the one that we're doing today, where they're just, everything's just so cozy and homey and nothing looks brand new. It's just, there's a lot of charm to it, if you get what I mean, or at least I'm trying to add charm to it. Cottagecore overall is definitely a very charming kind of aesthetic to me. So yeah. Although I will say this is not necessarily super cottagecore. It's more like just cottage. With a little goodwill, by the way, those curtains were supposed to match some of the tiles on, like, the tile behind the counters. You kind of have to squint a little bit for them to match, but that was the thought, at least. They were supposed to match, because they definitely don't match the counters themselves. So that's, yeah, just wanted to point that out. I remember being so frustrated going through the curtain swatches, because I just really wanted them to match, and then they just didn't, and I was like, they have to be green, but, like, it looks like I'm trying to match them with the counters, and I'm definitely not, because they're so different in the shade. but they almost match. It's like the curtains are a little bit more cool toned, where the green tile in that Parenthood tile is a little bit more of like a warmer green, so it has like a yellow undertone to it. I don't know. I'm going into detail now, bear with me again. There's a lot of thoughts in this head apparently when I'm building, even though I keep saying that there isn't. Sometimes I just remember having random thoughts when do you guys get like that too? Or like if I'm watching something, I've said this before as well. So if I'm watching something on my other monitor or like have a video running or whatever I'm doing on my other monitor, I like background noise, for example. I don't actually watch because I watch what I'm doing in the build, but I like background noise. I prefer background noise at all time. I don't like when my apartment is quiet. But I don't want people here either. I want to be alone, but I want noise. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, sometimes when I'm doing the voiceover and I'm watching through the footage at the same time, I'll kind of like have a picture pop up in my head of whatever was happening on the other monitor. I don't know, it's like that sometimes, but for this one, I think I was watching And Just Like That, which is basically the new version of Sex and the City, because I did like the old Sex and the City. It kind of has like a nostalgic value to me, if you will. Not a big fan of the new one. It's just kind of like, it's okay for background noise, but a lot of it is very exaggerated and stuff, and I don't know. Having a little bit, it's okay to watch background noise and all that, but it's not like the best show that's ever been made, if you get what I mean. So I just had like a picture of Carrie show up anyway. But what was I even saying? I don't remember anymore. I think I got sidetracked, and now we're working on the exterior and I'm lost with whatever I was saying before. If you really want to know, remind me in the comments and I'll finish my thought, but I don't remember as of right now. So when I call this in an overgrown house as well, I definitely don't mean like vine on the house, which is, I would probably usually call that overgrown, or if I explain something as being overgrown, I would probably think like vine on the house and stuff. Although there is some on the house, it definitely looks like it's sort of planted there. I meant more like the landscaping around the house. I went a little bit crazy with the plants. I just had a lot of fun, especially framing up that pathway leading to the yard over here, where I gave them a chicken coop, so keep that gate closed, because otherwise those chickens are gonna run free. But they also have a small little gardening area with some plots. I think I gave them, what else did I give them? I think they have a picnic table, and they have something else, I don't remember, or maybe I just ended up placing a lot of plants there. Alright, they have a grill as well, and a couple of bins too, but I think that's it. I think the plant pots are mainly for the parents, but I could really imagine this family them liking sitting outside during like late summer or something with the chickens running around at their feet, and they're sitting at the picnic table having dinner outside, or just lunch or something. I feel like that would be super cute. That's a nice vibe, isn't it? And oh, I forgot to actually say at the start of the video, but this is built on a 30x20 in Windenburg. So it's not the usual lot that I like to stick to, which is the one with all the water around it, but I do believe you can see some water somewhere in the background. It's in the same area. It's in the forest area of Windenburg. I just love building up here. It's such a nice and like calm area. I'm not a very outdoorsy kind of woodsy kind of person in real life, but in The Sims, this is definitely one of the best areas for me to build in. I just like the vibes. So I build in this one quite a lot. Forgot to say that at the start of the video. Apologies for that. But that's where it's built, on a 30x20. It's a wide lot instead of a longer lot, so it's always kind of a challenge trying to fit in yard or garden space as well on this lot, but I think it worked out fine for this one. So we could actually, I like how it turned out, because we could add this like path at the start, or at the front of the house, I should say, leading to the yard. So anyway, we are at the end of the video, so I'm gonna wrap up this voiceover now. If you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the trade files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. My shoulder just cracked. I hope you didn't hear that. I'm so old. Anyway, if you like books, check out my booktube channel. That is also linked in the pinned comment, and that is all I got for you guys today. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
look at you and know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what makes